Before the first bruise, there was a boy. And that boy had a light, a laugh, a reason. But the fists came, the silence came, and that light tried to hide. But it never went out. This trilogy? It's not just songs. It's a survival record. For the sons who never said a word. For the fathers who broke and never healed. For the men who still carry scars they never earned. This is for the boy who still breathes.
There's a night for buck your children the anger, but bring them up in the discipline. In charm you feel in full display, and never once asked if I was okay. He'd slam the door, then slam again. Told me real men don't need a friend. But I was just a boy trying to breathe, and all I learned was how to lead. I swore I'd never be that man, but some days it crept right in my hands. The way I clenched, the tone I took, the mirror looking like a storybook. But then my son cried soft and small, and I dropped my pride, I dropped it all. I held him close, let silence speak, and kissed the bruise on my own cheek. Dad wasn't gentle, but I will be. That chain ends right here, right in me. I won't raise fear and call it love. I'll raise a child the way Christ does, with open arms and steady ground, with grace that lifts, not breaks them down. I'm not perfect, but I'm free. Dad wasn't gentle, but I will be. My boy don't flinch when I walk by. He hugs me tight, and that's no lie. He asks his questions without dread, and doesn't cry when he goes to bed. He knows I listen, knows I stay, knows I love him anyway. And every time I see his face, I thank the Lord I chose his grace. They said boys will be boys, but Christ said blessed are the peacemakers. And I decided I'd raise a man, not a fighter, a heart, not a hammer. Dad wasn't gentle, but I learned that pain don't have to be returned. The cross broke what blood could not, and Jesus taught what Dad forgot. Now my hands are safe, my voice is kind. My son won't grow up walking blind. I'm not the past, I'm mercy seat. Dad wasn't gentle, but I will be. You don't have to carry his rage when you've been raised again by grace. This is my original song. Didn't understand just staying alive. His dad was tall, a wall of rage, a giant storm in a child's cage. Mom screamed quiet through blood and dust. Hugs were rare and fear was trust. They said your daddy's just real strict, but bruises lied where love should have clicked. He smiled bright, the town adored, but at home he felt like a sin ignored. Jealousy from the one who gave the same last name, the hand that braved to pretty, they said, that's why he's mean. But no boy earns fists at 17. He learned to hide, not to unfold. He never told a soul. He never told a soul how cold the bedroom floor could hold. How a grown man's hate could shape a kid into someone scared to truly live. But in that dark, when no one came, he whispered once, God know my name. And heaven wept and angels rolled, though he never told a soul. He never told a soul. Now he's grown with kids of his own, still flinches at a slamming tone. But he loves loud, he hugs deep, sings lullabies when they're asleep. He swore he'd break that twisted line and hold his boy with holy spine. The past still knocks, but he says no, I'm not the fist, I'm not the blow. I didn't become a monster, I became a man who survived one. And Jesus didn't just save me from sin, he saved me from him. He never told a soul, but now his scars are stories told of how a boy beneath the blows still found a place where mercy grows. He's not his pain, he's not that room, he's not the lies, he's not the doom. He walks today strong, made whole. He never told a soul, but God always knew the hope. You didn't deserve it, you didn't earn it, and you're not alone, not anymore. Never started any war, but carried one behind his door. Took the blame for grown-up fights and hid his tears on colder nights. His father's fists, his mother's cries taught him how to shrink and lie. Not to the world, just to survive another day where fear's alive. They said he looked too good, too kind, like it was wrong to shine that bright. So punishment came wrapped in hate, as if joy was a crime to break. But when it all became too much, he'd run with Tooie through the brush. Snow on his boots, fear in his chest, but that dog laid him down to rest. They said he looked too good, too kind, like it was wrong to shine that bright. So punishment came wrapped in hate, as if joy was a crime to break. But when it all became too much, he'd run with Tooie through the brush. Snow on his boots, fear in his chest, but that dog laid him down to rest. He walks with scars he never earned, from battles he was too young to learn. But grace don't count what men distort, it lifts the ones life tried to court. He ain't bitter, just gotta wait, and a heart that still relates. He never asked for what he learned, but he walks with scars he never earned. Now he's a man with fire in hand, helping others learn to stand. He sees their pain before they speak, because he knows what silence keeps. He tells the boy who runs from fists, your breath is proof that God exists. He shows the path where faith returns, even with scars you never earned. The world may have failed you, but Jesus never did. And that dog in the bush, I believe God sent him to keep you breathing until grace could speak. He walks with scars he never earned, but they shine now like they've been turned by holy hands that stitch the soul, by wounds that made the broken whole. He ain't ashamed of where he's been, because Christ walked with him in the wind. He's proof that mercy still returns, even with scars he never earned. Some scars you didn't ask for, but he still heals them all the same.